Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and right now I'll be covering Golf Impact. This will be the Dubai Championship. This is going to be our amateur final round. So the amateur division, and the nice part about the front 9 holes is it's the same wind angles as the qualifying round and the same wind angles as the front 9 on the opening round. So I've compiled a lot of shots with these wind angles to give you a really good look on how to best take advantage of this course. This is your first time checking me out, or maybe you've checked me out and haven't subscribed yet. I hope you do so. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Also, if you like my work, if you can take a moment there before you leave the video just to hit the thumbs up and give the video a like, that does help YouTubers like myself out. YouTube will recommend my channel if people are like searching for Golf Impact content with the more likes that you have. So that would be really cool. All right, as you can see, I'm sitting at a -15 heading into the back 9. I will be posting the back 9 as well, probably not today as it's been a very long day, but I'll do it tomorrow morning. Now, I live in the United States, Central Standard Time, so my goal is to have the back 9 out by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, if not even sooner. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the replays, and of course, we will start on hole number 1, in which I will give you several different looks. Hole number 1, we are going to get a little bit of headwind, meaning the wind is blowing back at us on the tee box. Here, this is going to be an aggressive path. We are using a Fiji ball. The reason that we use a Fiji ball over any other premium ball, if we're going to use a premium ball, Fiji's the best one to use. I'm sorry, not the Fiji ball, the New York ball. I apologize. The New York ball is the best one to use in this situation because it has a wind resistance of 40% with great power. Anytime you're getting headwind and you want to use a special ball, the one that gives you the highest wind reduction is the best one to use. Here, you're going to notice I'm going with, a little bit of overpower, not a ton, not a lot of OP. We'd go with about 3/4 of a ball of curl to the right. And here I am looking to hop the sand trap and get myself onto the green or fringe area, leaving us for either a putt or a chip in to get the eagle on hole number 1. You see right there we land 9 yards from pin, and all you got to do is make the putt, which isn't the easiest thing to do in this game, which I like. Putting is a challenge, but that's one way you can get yourself to the green. Now, if you don't have those types of premium balls and you want to play with a regular ball, here you don't have to worry about your driver. Now, I know I have a great driver. It's a Meteor level 3, but really all we're looking to do, and this can be done with pretty much any driver, is we're going to be going from this fairway to the second fairway. We're not going with a powerful shot. Again, we're using about, almost a full ball of curl to the right here. And all we're doing is doing the bounce over approach. Just like that. Nice and easy. Now, shot number 2, I do play -10% elevation. So what does that mean if you're not familiar? Well, this game is designed to where you are supposed to pull 1 ring for every 2 mph. So, for example, if we had 1 mph wind, we would pull half a ring. On this shot number 2, I pull 10% less than that. So if I was supposed to pull, 1 ring, I would pull 0.9 rings instead. So that's just what that means. We pull less because, to me, this shot plays slightly uphill. You'll see what I mean here. 3.8 mph would technically mean we should pull this around 2 rings because, remember, 1 ring for every 2 miles an hour. So since we're almost at 4, we would pull this right below 2 rings. But you'll see here, I pull it more like 1.7. And you'll take note of what happens whenever I do that. This ball goes into the hole very nicely for an eagle. And we'll take a look at it again. This is a different driver, but like I said, doesn't matter on the driver power here. All we're doing is going from fairway to fairway. I'll speed this up a little bit. But again, this second shot here, this is much higher wind. Take a look, 5.5 mph wind. This would mean that we would almost pull 3 rings. But take a look here. I pull it more 2.5, 2.6. I take a little bit of the pull off, and we drop in basically dead center to pick up an eagle. That's hole number 1. There's 3 different approaches. You know, on this game, in order to like copy a streamer like myself, it's very difficult, right? Because the clubs are different. The game really favors legendary clubs, and we're all going to grow our clubs at different levels, especially in this game. So what we're doing here is we're trying to give you, or I'm trying to give you, just a general idea of how the greens roll, you know, how do the winds play, and just give you something that you can tailor your own style to and your own clubs. Here we go, hole number 2. I'm using the feather ball, and I am setting up right here, and I'm going to watch this. I'm going to go all the way left spin with the feather ball, so as you can see there, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of backspin. Most importantly, what I'm looking at is the end of my ball guideline. So you see the end of my ball guideline right there is aiming in the corner of that dark green square. So anytime you're following me on Golf Impact, we're going to be using these green squares as a reference point. So I'm aiming right there on that dark green square. This is significantly to the right-hand side of the pin, as we do have a tree in our way here. So what we do is we make our normal pull, and then we use a lot of curl to get back towards the hole. So notice my curl right here. I got the entire ball outside of the circle adjustment window, and basically the right edge of my ball is touching the left edge of the circle window. That's also one thing to take note of whenever you're trying to help yourself duplicate my shots. The details are really going to matter in this game. And we do get a hole-in-one. This is a very tough hole-in-one. That's the only hole-in-one that I picked up. But I was all over the pin, you know, on that hole. This will take us to hole number 3 here, in which we are using the Vega ball. And again, this isn't one where driver's going to matter. This is one to where we're just looking to get up the fairway. This is not a difficult par 5. The only thing that you have to take note here is this fairway does play to the right-hand side very aggressively. Meaning, if you get your ball too close on the right side of the fairway, it will slope down into the rough. You have got to be very careful of that, and you don't want to use overpower because you could go into the rough at the top. You just have to make sure you land on the fairway. And that's going to leave us for a really nice shot here on shot number 2 for an Albatross opportunity. I take the Albatross shot with my wood club. I go max backspin, and then here you're going to notice my left side spin adjustment, 3 bars of left side spin. Again, take reference of the dark green square. I'm aiming a few green squares short of the pin, and you'll notice that that dark green square right there is where my ball guideline is at. Again, that's how I'm going to explain this game for now. As software updates and things like that come throughout the game, or game updates I should say, maybe it'll change down the road, but for right now, in the early stages of this game, we will be using these green squares as a reference point. You can see here this ball comes in very beautifully, great speed, not too fast, not too slow for an Albatross. Again, different account, different club levels. This one's only a Meteor level 1. Again, don't get yourself too wrapped up in what clubs I have and what clubs you have. You might have better clubs than me. You might have lesser clubs than me. That's not the concern. The concern is, how do we learn each hole, and how do these fairways play? How do the greens roll? But here again, we powered up the fairway, no problem. Shot number 2, I'm trying to duplicate what I did on the other account. So full back, 3 bars of side spin to the left. I'm trying to find that green square that I aimed at on my other account. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially because the shot clock is super fast in my opinion. But I did the best I could. I do hit a dead center perfect shot, which is very crucial in this game. And then same thing, look at this. How beautiful is that? Able to duplicate the Albatross. So, and this will be hole number 4. Hole number 4, we're getting Tailwind. This is a beautiful hole to pick up an eagle on. So here is a Meteor level 1. This is a Fiji ball. Now the reason that I use the Fiji ball is because the wind resistance is only 10%. We do not want a high level wind resistance ball because then we will get less wind towards the hole. We want as much wind as possible to push us towards the hole. You see here, we take our shot, we sit it back, let it rip, and we come in very nicely up the fairway, leaving us not too far away from pin. And this is going to be only 50 yards. And take a look at shot number 2. I go with max backspin on these shots. I find it gives me the best way to be accurate in this game. Max backspin, put the ball right at the hole. 4.8 miles an hour is going to be right around 2.5 rings. Perfect ball, and that thing is in for an eagle. Again, here's another look at it with a different account, but same ball. Much more powerful driver. This time a Meteor level 3 is a significant upgrade from a level 1. You know, and the best way to get clubs like this is to win tournaments. Win tournaments, do really well in the long drive challenge, or, of course, unlock, you know, the impact pass 1 or 2 as you get legendary clubs that way as well. But here you can see with the more powerful driver, we're able to get way far up the fairway here and roll even closer to the fringe and green, leaving us for another very easy chip in. With the wedges, sometimes I go full topspin approach, as the ball can normally get a smooth roll into the hole. As we do here, we get a perfect ball and smooth roll into the cup, just sneaking it in on the right-hand side. All right, this is going to be hole number 5. A couple different ways to play hole number 5 based off your club level. Here is the iron approach with a rose ball. We're going to go full left side spin, which is only 2 bars. And then we adjust our backspin to where our ball guideline is still touching the fringe and green area like that, okay? That's going to be really important. Here we move our camera around. We do pull our rings. Pull into overpower a little bit, so we know we got to use a little bit of overpower on this hole and a lot of left curl just to get our ball somewhere onto the green so that we can try to get this thing as an easy putt for the birdie like this. This is going to be one of the more difficult holes to pick up a hole-in-one on, especially depending on your clubs, but that's one way to play it. Here's another way to play it with a feather ball and a wood club. Here, with a wood club, I go full left, full back, just like that. I got my ball guideline on the green, on the fringe, just barely. I found that's the best way to stick it right here. Perfect ball, and we come in for another short putt for eagle. Probably the hardest par 5 or par 3 in this course, in my opinion. That's going to take us to hole number 6. Hole number 6, we do use the Spice ball. The reason I use the Spice ball here is just because I think it's a good combination with this type of wind. I like the power. I like the wind resistance for shot number 2. We don't want to come in too hot on shot number 2. Here, the biggest thing I can tell you is you got to avoid the sand trap, which is why I wanted to show you this shot. This shot, I did not use any curl. And look how close we come to hitting the sand. Very, very lucky, okay? And you can take a look at shot number 2 here. Shot number 2, we're able to use some backspin. I kind of aim right at the pin. Ultimately, this thing comes in to the right-hand side, leaving us for an easy, easy putt for the eagle. Now, the best way to play this is going to be with some curl. So you'll see here, this is the level 1 Meteor. And what we're going to do is put our yellow ring right there on the rough line. I'm doing this on all my accounts. Yellow ring on the rough line. Got your top spin, got your full left side spin. Now we're going to add the curl just like that to stay away from the sand. And that ball comes in a lot better, all right? That we're not going to accidentally go in the sand like that. Here, kind of playing the same shot. Perfect ball. This time I added a little bit of left side spin, and you can see there we almost snuck it in the cup for an Albatross, but still, landing on the green for an easy eagle. Okay, hole number 7. Shot number 2 on this one is played minus 10%, just like hole 1. So minus 10% on shot number 2. Again, a spice of ball I think is all we need. This fairway roll is a little faster than I anticipated, okay? You can see here I'm not using any overpower. I'm using one full ball of curl to the right. And we just roll right into the rough. The nice part about this game is the rough is not a big deal. It's easy to hit perfect out of the rough. It's not like a game like Golf Clash where the rough is danger. It's actually pretty simple on this game. So simple, you just make your normal adjustment here, but minus 10%. Perfect ball in the cup. So again, I'll show you the minus 10%. 4.6, if you do the math in your head, 4.6, we should move this almost 2.5 rings. But look, I move it just above 2, like 2.1. Perfect ball, dead center, okay? Again, here's another look at it. Spice a ball, got your top spin, got your side spin. Ball curl. This time I land on the fairway. But same thing here. We're going to just play that max backspin approach. Putting our ball guideline to the hole like that. 3.2. Perfect ball. Sneak it in the cup for an eagle. All right. Oh, hold on here. Hold on. We're missing a hole. All right, we missing a hole? Yep. All right, let's pause the action. I got to find hole number 8. Where did you go? It wouldn't be a David Pendleton video without a little technical difficulty, right? I'm shooting it over right now. Look at that. At least I found it fast. Hole number 8. Clover ball. This is a really good opportunity for a hole-in-one, okay? Really good opportunity. Especially if you're able to wait for me on the back 9. I found a really good wind angle back 9 shot. But here, we're going to go with 1 bar of right side spin. Take note of the top spin. I'm putting enough top spin until my ball guideline is aiming right there. That seems to be the sweet spot. Now, it doesn't mean if you aim right there, everybody's going to pick up a hole-in-one. There is a nice little roll on this green that can bring you back down towards the cup. But just anywhere aiming in that vicinity is going to get you really, really close. So check this out. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and now we start that slope down towards the hole. And there it is. Sneak it in the right-hand cup. Right-hand side of the cup. Did 3 or 4 rolls around the rim, and it falls in. Now let's go back to hole number 9. Hole number 9 is by far the most difficult par 5 in this course, especially on the back 9 where we do get headwind, okay? But here we do get a favorable wind. This is going to be played with a Vega ball. Look at the overpower. Look at how much curl I'm using. And we're okay. Shot number 2, full top spin, full right side spin. We're just kind of sitting back and letting this thing rip like this. Look at all this overpower and look at all this curl. Perfect ball. We land right up here, and we're just essentially chipping this thing in for the eagle. I kind of fast forward through some of this stuff, but there we go. Now, I'll show you a more aggressive way to play it. We can go ahead and use that Fiji ball because, again, it's only 10% wind resistance. We do want to keep as much of the wind as possible. But you can see here, this is a much more powerful ball. We're able to get a lot more yards on the drive, leaving us for shot number 2. We can actually play on that fairway instead of having to do the bounce over, which is really nice. You got to notice the spin adjustments right there. And then we let this thing rip. Hey, I know it was a long video. I'm just trying to give you a lot of looks. And I hope you really like it. I hope it helps you shoot a great round. I hope this helps you get an extra drop or 2 that you wouldn't have got without watching. Best of luck, everybody, and I'll get the back 9 out tomorrow. Thank you.